Welcome back to Basketball, everyone. We just got a sneak peek for Episode 4 of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, and of course, I'm here to break it down. Episode 4 is an episode that I've been really looking forward to, because it's going to be our first focus episode on the Blue Ranger Ravi, who's a character who has definitely interested me so far. We haven't gotten too much of him, and our last episode, Episode 3, was a focus episode on Zoe. Unfortunately, we're moving right into another focus episode for a certain Ranger, and actually, Episode 5 is going to be a focus episode on the Red Ranger Devon, but I'm going to be, covering that synopsis and everything in a separate video, and it looks like that I was right, and we are getting a preview for every single episode that comes out for Beast Morphers on the Power Rangers official channel. Now, we didn't get a sneak peek last week, but that was because there was no episode last Saturday, so instead of, throwing out the sneak peek last Wednesday, they did it this Wednesday because the episode is coming out this Saturday. So it's definitely, on a consistent basis, it's going to be on Wednesdays right before an episode airs. And then we also get another sneak peek the day before, which is on a Friday. But before we get into the sneak peek for this episode that we just got, let me go ahead and get into the synopsis for Episode 4. It states, Ravi is shocked when the evil Roxy comes to his rescue and wonders if there may still be good left in her. And I really think that's a good premise for an episode, because, Roxy was his love interest. We didn't get to see that relationship too much, and they kind of ignored it within the past 2 episodes, so I'm glad they're going back to that. Now, it's pretty obvious, the copy or the avatar of Roxy is evil, and in this episode, she is definitely not going to turn good. It's definitely going to be some plan by Evox. That was pretty obvious, but the thing is that they're going to be messing with Ravi's emotions. I mean, the whole relationship between Ravi and Roxy was pretty serious, so obviously, if he thinks there's even a tiny chance that there's some good left in her, or at least in this avatar, I think he's not going to be thinking rationally, and I think that's the whole purpose of the episode, is that Ravi's not going to be thinking straight, and the Rangers or his team is going to have to, bring him back down to earth. This is an evil avatar of Roxy, not the actual Roxy, and then hopefully at the end, we can get some scene between him and, the dormant Roxy's body that is in some sort of coma right now, sort of like what we got at the end of Episode 1, some sort of touching moment. Ravi seems to be the most unpopular Ranger right now, but I really like his character so far. He kind of reminds me of Sky Tate and how he's kind of, a little strict, and he was originally supposed to become a Ranger. He was an original cadet, and I do like that. Plus, him and Roxy's relationship really gives a lot of potential to the show. Because if you do remember, we have had relationships on Power Rangers that were just plain terrible. They never really went anywhere, and of course, it's a kids show, and I think that the writers or Saban Brands, whoever was behind the show at the time, were just using it as an excuse to really not make that relationship go anywhere. This is from the very start. They introduced this relationship. They obviously, have intentions to make it go places. And, hopefully we do get, some good story out of that, or at least a good episode in this particular instance. But the sneak peek starts out a Robotron. I think that's what the quote-unquote monsters are called this season, is attacking the cities. The Rangers come up, they say, hey, we're gonna take care of you. You're not gonna terrorize these people anymore. And they get into another civilian fight. And I am just loving this so far. We are already 4 episodes in, and they're still throwing at us a civilian fight every single episode. I don't know if this is going to continue throughout the entire season, but every single episode so far, we've had a really good civilian fight, like a full-fledged civilian fight. Not just a couple of seconds, then they morph or anything. This entire sneak peek, which was over a minute long, was a full civilian fight. I loved it. So there wasn't too much to it in terms of, breaking it down. It was a really cool fight sequence, and you definitely should check it out for yourself. But at the very end, Roxy actually, pushes or, some plants or pots in front of Ravi, who is fighting this monster, and he backs up into these little pots and trips over them. And what I think is going to happen is that Roxy is going to use this as some sort of, plan or ploy, and she actually did it on purpose, and is going to, quote-unquote, save Ravi from this Robotron that's about to hurt him because he tripped over these pots. That she put in place. So that seems to be her whole kind of plan, is fake save Ravi by making him trip and then save him from that trip, if you know what I mean. So it's quite apparent from this sneak peek that, Roxy has not had a change of heart. She has not turned good. This is all a plan, probably made by Evox, to trick Ravi into thinking that she is good and helping them out, accidentally. I kind of like this story. It's going to be messing with Ravi's emotions and going to be a little more of an emotional episode. At least I hope so. And so far it looks good. The civilian fight was fantastic. I love seeing those, absolutely 100%. So there we go. We're off to a good start already. Plus, I love the idea of the episode, the synopsis. It gave us a pretty good idea of what's going to happen. They've really set it up in the sneak peek. And I cannot wait for Saturday to roll around. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you all did enjoy. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this sneak peek. And are you excited for this week's episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, as well as are you liking Beast Morphers so far? I definitely am. But, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. By the way, guys, this is Battle for the Grid, or Power Rangers Battle for the Grid gameplay in the background. I recently got the game and been playing it quite a bit, so I've recorded some gameplay. Part 1 of my arcade Let's Play, or playthrough, is going to be up relatively soon. It takes a really long time to upload videos where I'm at. The internet is just almost atrocious. It was like a 30-minute long video, so yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. I don't know when it's going to be up, so I've been using gameplay from that as well as just random matches that I have played. So I'm not completely giving away the Let's Play, but a few minutes of the gameplay was that from that particular video. But yeah, definitely stay tuned for that. Tell me in the comments below what you thought of all the things that I did discuss, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.